Hi, Bother Brigade. Here's what's bothering me today. Something very disturbing and messed up has happened in Texas. And so before we get into what's going to be a very quick video, I just want to say I think it's time we start messing with Texas, but content warning for, the video, transphobia. Greg Abbott has officially directed Family and Protective Services to begin investigating all trans children in Texas and prosecuting their parents as child abusers. He has also instructed all teachers, doctors, and caregivers to begin reporting any trans students they see. If you have a duty to report in Texas, Texas is officially saying that you have to report trans youth to Family and Protective Services or risk losing your job. So unfortunately, that's what's happening here. Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, has basically outlawed trans people effectively in the state of Texas. He's making it so that anyone, like parents, teachers, whoever may know a trans person has to, legally report them to Child Protective Services. And if not, people could lose their jobs. This is supremely messed up, absolute fascist shit going on right now. And that is not hyperbole. I don't think a lot of people have fully grasped what just happened. By describing trans healthcare as child abuse, they are equating it with, at best, a third-degree felony. But being trans isn't something that is inflicted on us. It's who we are, and they're making us illegal. And already I've seen people beginning to work overtime trying to, mitigate the effects of this, telling people, no, you gotta resist. And that's true, because just because something is a law doesn't make it a just or a good law. We've seen lots of evidence in the past of how, that's against the law, when really, everyone should have been breaking those laws. And so that's what needs to happen now, which is why, again, I guess, hashtag it's time to mess with Texas or whatever. But this needs to be fought back against. Absolutely, unequivocally, starting right now. Because what's happening and what will happen is all it takes is one person to ruin a trans person's life and to also destroy a family or multiple families. This is in no way good or justifiable. And before a legal case can be brought up, and I see that there's some people out there saying, we got to get people out of Texas. It's not easy to move, right? Which is why this is the time for actual direct action and resistance. So whether it's blowing up phone lines and crashing the systems, or if it's, no, I don't know any trans people here, I don't know what you're talking about, please ignore the trans commune I'm running out my backyard, basically. There's nothing there. It is just so unfortunate to see that this is still something that is happening in 2022. And yes, there have been, great strides forward for trans awareness and trans rights. There is still a massive mountain to climb, and shit like this only makes it all the more difficult. And that's why people like yours truly and people in the comments and all of you watching this right now, or all of you listening to this, it is crucial that now we do what we can and where we can to fight back. So whether that's donating to charitable causes, to making phone calls, signing petitions, to whatever it may be, whether you're local or far away, something you can do to help trans people fight back against this fascistic action against them in the state of Texas. It's absolutely unreal that this is something that is happening right now, and unfortunately, right? It's probably going to be copycatted in other red states. They're going to think, hey, why didn't we think of that? And so the fight's going to have to grow from here. And it's just a fight after a fight after a fight. All the goddamn time we're having to fight for basic human decency, right? Isn't that just so goddamn sad and pathetic? That the people who supposedly are all about, small government are implementing fascist shit like this all over the place without a shred of self-awareness or irony. It is deeply frustrating. And, that's my privilege, right? I get to just be frustrated by this far away. But my friends and colleagues and comrades down in Texas, they're now on the front lines of a fight that should not be happening, but regrettably is happening. trans comrades in Texas are now at incredible risk. If you ever wanted to know how you would react during the earliest days of the Holocaust, now's the time to prove where you stand on these issues. What Texas has just done is unjustifiable, and it's fascist, it's grotesque, it's horrifying. And that's why all of us need to do what we can to fight back against this and to take care of our trans comrades, whether they're in Texas, but that's just the current battleground, right? Wait for, unfortunately, more copycat bills and this fight grows to other red states in different parts of the country. We still must stand with our trans comrades there. Because who else are we, like, how can we look ourselves in the mirror, right? If we don't do the right thing right here, right now. Because what happens if next they come for us? What if suddenly, you know, my group, right? Like Latinos are suddenly a problem. I'd want people to come to my defense. And right now, trans people in Texas need our help. We need to fight back against this in as many ways and through as many avenues as possible. If you're like lawyers, take that avenue. If you're someone like me, well, I'm not in Texas, but I can at least send some money to people's like pockets, right? So what we can do and spread awareness, do some phone banking, send emails, sign petitions, whatever we can do wherever we are, we need to do something to fight back against the openly fascistic actions of Governor Greg Abbott of Texas. It is time to stand with these people who are being directly threatened by this like absolutely horrifying jackass, and we need to do so now. It is time to mess with Texas. It is time to actually stand up for all the things we've said before, right? If trans rights are human rights, now's the time to fight. But the fact that this has to be yet another fight for basic human decency, again by the same people who are saying, oh, we're all about small government, while they do terrible, awful, horrific, fascist shit like this. Oh yeah, that is definitely what's bothering me today.